wildest thing your mother has ever done?
Okay, so part 2 to how I was abandoned at the hospital when I was 15 by my aunt. So from the time that I can remember up until my mom's murder, the only consistent people in my life were my mother, my father, his children, and my older sister. And so when my mom was murdered and my aunt decided to take us, she isolated us. My sister experienced a lot of trauma living with her. I will get into that in other parts. But for the purpose of this story, I'm just going to keep it short. We had a lot of trauma in her house. My sister got fed up with it probably when she was about 15 or 16, and she left. I was about 12 or 13, so I got left there with my aunt, her children. Okay, so after she dropped me off at the hospital, it was dark. I didn't know where I was at. I remember sitting in front of the emergency room for a minute thinking that she might come back. Because she liked to play a lot of mind games like that. I eventually decided, okay, do I go inside and tell somebody? And even in that moment, I was still thinking of her because I thought to myself, no, because if you go tell somebody, she's going to get in trouble. So I went in and I went up to the emergency phone that they have. And I dialed the one number that I knew by heart, which was my older sister who had already left. I told her the hospital name that I was at, and she happened to live down the street from there. So she said, okay, I'm going to come and get you. Her and her friend came and got me. So when her and her friend came and got me, after we got back to her house, that's when I told my sister everything that happened. There were marks all over my face. There was a welt on my cheek because my aunt had slapped me in the face. My braids in the back of my head were loose because she was dragging me around by my hair. And at that time, my sister decided she was going to call the police. Like for part 3.